Okay, we are starting, I think. We are online. We are live. Let me run the little thing here. Oh, welcome to OverDose Vapes, everybody. This is Travis. I got my boy Hesh here, and we got Skeletor.
Wow,
You guys know the usual lineup of people, and Yeti will be joining us very soon. He's on his way home right now. Gizzard Stew is in the fucking chat. What's up, baby?
What's good, Giz?
And Maffy MC, Brett is in the chat. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Trav,
So-
you want to drop the show link into the chat again real quick for me so I can just cut and paste it?
Absolutely, there you go.
Actually, boom, I got
There you go. I dropped it in
it.
chat.
Sir.
So yeah, there's John. He's here. B-Man, what's up, everybody? Good to see you guys. Yeah, cool. We had some problems at the beginning because I was trying to screen share that fucking intro song because I love it so much, and we were having some problems, but we're good now.
Remember, everybody, get out there to vote on November 8th. Vote for Skeletor. I will end the He-Man. And, yeah, it's going to be like,
That link didn't work. Balls.
What, the one I put up?
No. I was trying to copy it from YouTube.
Oh, here, I'll drop it in chat again. There it goes. Boom. So, everybody, thank you for joining us. People are going to come trickling in, I'm sure. What the hell was that?
Sorry, that was my phone.
Holy Jesus H. Fuck, man.
Yeah, man, it's a fucking shit show tonight. What up, YouTube?
Well, at least we're getting it all out of the way at the beginning. Maybe
Right?
I'll turn robot early, too, and we can just get that shit out of the way.
Hopefully.
Right?
So
Makes
this is
headroom and shit.
exactly. This is going to be a special show. I'm not sure if we're going to continue on Sundays. I might keep doing this show on Sundays regardless, but I know that for sure. Josh, what's up, Jay? Josh just got Wi-Fi at his house. He just recently moved,
Nice.
and so he's going to do a live show with us as well. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. I'm just not sure yet. Maybe Saturday. I don't know. But part of me wants to keep doing it Sundays too. So I'm not sure. Everybody stay tuned. And we'll figure all that shit out. What's up, Pete? He made it over here. That's good. We have a cool topic, I think. It's hidden gems, like those little products that are great, that we love, that maybe not a lot of people know about. Yeah, break your good shit. And and so maybe we can give some exposure to some really great products. And I have a ton of them over here, and I have a ton of them in my mind. And some of them are older and cheaper now, and some of them are newer. But we'll get into all of it and shit. But I want to let everybody introduce themselves. Maybe we can say what we're vaping on today. Who wants to start?
I'll let that guy start.
Yeah,
I started last time.
you did. Yeah,
true.
you did. So
It's your turn.
all right. So typical everyday carry. Got the Twisted Messes on the Tesla 3 box, fresh batteries, stainless steel build. Again, vaping on one of my hidden gems, which I will be talking about in length tonight. Vape Grow Vixens, Blue Monchi. Got that rocking. Got the OG Amera Vape Manhattan Copper with Modfather and Battle Deck. Vaping on Vape Grow Vixens. Very obsessed. And that's all I've got with me tonight for gear. I'm I got a couple of things that I've actually gotten rid of in the last couple of days. So you won't be seeing a huge collection from me on that. But I'll be showing you another hidden gem coming up. And this is one of the reasons why I've been trading some of my gear.
So you were trading up. You're trying to get something.
I'm kind of a lateral move, not that I don't support Avid Life anymore. I support Avid Life. I love their products. I support Eric Hutchinson. I love him as a good friend. I think I'm moving towards a different device only because one of my sponsors is getting us Team Mex made, and I want to support this new business. Well, they're not even a new business. Again, they're a hidden gem. They are a higher end Mac. But I want to support them and show them that, that I care about their product as much as I cared about the Avid Life products, because I 100% stand up to this product, and I will show you why during my hidden gems.
Cool. Hey, so what's going on with Avid Life? Speaking of them, to get off topic a little bit, I don't know if you posted it. Somebody posted something.
I did post it.
In relation to Avid Life, and there was some drama going on.
Without again, I'm not going to put anybody on blast and not pick sides. Eric Hutchinson was 1099 contracted as the head designer for Avid Life. Things went down and contract was ended. So Eric parted ways with Avid Life. He got paid for the designs that he had created for Avid Life. He had a bunch of designs that he had prototyped and put a couple out on the market before August 8th that didn't fall under Avid Life, but he did have the product out elsewhere. So he has a new company, Hutchinson Design, that is putting out specific for the cloud chasing community, not meant to be used with nicotine, for cloud sports, a whole line of devices. Again, I have friends that are still on the team. I have friends that left the team. I'm staying impartial to the whole thing. I have a couple of devices, mainly my copper AV stuff, that I'm holding on to because it hits like a fucking freight train. But the less collector style ones, I'm getting rid of only to make room, for.
Because there's nothing wrong with the products still. I mean, the products are still great.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'll stand behind the product 100%. It's just my personal choice not to, to be fully engulfed without, getting into personal reasons,
Totally.
But again, I'm following the business venture of Voodoo Vapes and E-Cig Barn because they do so much for me, and I want to prove to them that their team captain is 100% on board with the companies and the products that they're selling.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I just while we were touching on that, I just thought we would bring it up because I saw that you posted the thing on there and stuff. So.
There's a lot of iffy. There's a lot of butthurt going on, and to stay down the middle, there's nothing but love from Eric for the Avid Life community, and he still will support everybody that he has worked with in the past. It's just he's no longer designing for Avid Life.
Totally, yeah. I just wanted to answer a question in the chat. Brett wanted to know what was up with WTF gear and with OverDose Vapes gear. We actually have a Spreadshirt store. It's in the link of every video, or in the description of every video, there's a link to it. We have everything set as low as we could set it price-wise. They have like a minimum for Spreadshirt. So we have it set at that. So if you want to grab anything, there's a few designs there. And we will be working on some new designs as time goes on as well, because I don't know if anybody knows, we haven't really talked about it, but we signed with a YouTube network, which is BBTV.
My word.
So they're going to be helping us. They got us a big discount at Spreadshirt, so we should be able to pass that on to you guys as well, and a bunch of other stuff. You know, YouTube networks kind of have a bad rap, but these guys have been really good to us, and we don't make a ton of money anyways doing this. I mean, maybe like $300 or $400 a year we make doing this. So giving 40% of that to a YouTube network, it honestly is like we don't give a shit about the money. And if they can help us in any way, it's definitely worth the money. And they, so far, have done quite a bit of stuff. And we just signed with them like last week. So, and already I've seen some cool stuff from them. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, no, it's badass. Okay, there was something else. I don't know. I just want to say what's up. Tommy's in the chat and Stucco-Matic's in the chat. Got a lot of great people in the chat. So
Yeah, I got a bunch of people coming over too.
oh, great, awesome. And for anybody who's watching the replays, what up? So let's just jump right into this shit, I guess. Well, you know what? No, I didn't let Skeletor tell us what he's vaping on.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
And he can promote his shit a little bit there.
Yeah, let's see, the hidden gems that I'm vaping on tonight, one of them I actually just got 2 or 3 days ago. I picked up a fucking Opus 200.
Yeah,
I was really excited about this. I remember hearing about it last year. It was one of the first DNA 200s, blah, blah, blah. I really like how light this son of a bitch is. It weighs like 100, I think it weighs 197 grams or something like that. It doesn't weigh much at all. As a matter of fact, the TFV8 weighs just over half of what this thing weighs. It was pretty funny. And then the other hidden gem that I'm vaping on is a Nuve mod. It's a local.
Ooh, those are dope.
Mod maker. Yeah, it's a local mod maker here in Orlando. I really enjoy this fucking thing. I actually made a man sell his soul to Skeletor in order to get this, but it's a series mod potentiometer CNC box. We had a show a year ago actually in October, and this is one of the special editions for it. And they do custom shit on the inside of the door.
That's dope.
Yeah, I remember that.
I like Nuve mods. They definitely are a hidden gem, but they are, and that's kind of like what the whole thing we're trying to do here is not stuff that maybe nobody's ever heard of, but just stuff that people can get, but just not a lot of people know about it, you know, but not unknown, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
and then I'm also putting together, I'm re-wicking my temple, but I'm going to be re-wicking tonight and also doing a little bit of work on my version of the Modfather, the tank.
Dope.
Yeah, but those are the hidden gems. Everything else is pretty much unhidden, like the cuboid and I guess the glacier. Not a lot of people have the glacier anymore. I love this thing.
Well, it don't matter. Just what you're vaping on right now doesn't have to be a hidden gem. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So I'm vaping a few different things. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mods over here, and
Sound like me.
and the same amount of juices. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we reversed roles this week, dude.
Absolutely. So what I've been vaping on the most today, I'm vaping on. I put together some hidden gem stuff. I have the Nixon V2 atomizer on the continuous current Manhattan V2 with Funnel Vision strawberry funnel cake.
Ooh.
Hashtag 60 mil standard.
Fuck yeah.
And what else do I got that's a hidden gem kind of thing? Oh, the Symbiote. I fucking love this thing on the Fuhattan, and I'm vaping Mr. Malt's Flurries. And I got a bunch of other shit, but we'll get into that. But I've been vaping a lot of different things today. I've been trying to get my mind around the whole hidden gem thing. So, but I do have one announcement. I'm buying a new mod on Wednesday, and it's the Colt 45. You guys know what that is?
TVL.
TVL. It's so dope.
Hey.
So
Yeah, I was talking to Mikey Anderson, and he was just like, yeah, man, if you want to trade something for the fucking TVL, I'll take a couple of your old daddies you don't use. And just like, okay.
Fuck yeah. So I met a guy through Instagram. He's on the team. He's on the TVL, team.
Squad. Yep.
Squad. And so I was talking to him. I'm like, dude, I would love to get my hands on one of those Colt 45s. And so he's gonna wheel and deal and maybe get me a little discount. So I'm excited.
Nice.
Super excited. I'm not sure. I might go for the stainless steel. I might go for the copper. I'm just not sure yet. But I'm definitely getting one on Wednesday. I'm really excited about it.
I would say go with the copper. The copper has, the stainless steel is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. You won't have to clean that bitch whatsoever. But the copper, the voltage drop between the copper and the stainless is noticeable on the TVLs.
Well, the only thing is it's also like $50 cheaper for the for the stainless steel is the only thing I was thinking. I think they have aluminum ones as well. I'm just not sure yet. But I'm definitely getting one. I've really been wanting one a lot. It was come down to like between the TVL Colt 45 or the Rig V3. I was going to pre-order one, but the Rig's not giving me a fucking discount. So
right.
So
yeah, I got a couple of new toys too. Prototype stainless steel Comp Life HK.
dope.
Yeah. In all honesty, I'm probably not going to use it. It's probably going to be one that I flip, but it's still a dope ass mod, and to know that it's a prototype just makes it that much more cool,
You can't get you can't get less of a lower serial number than prototype.
Right. But again, Comp Life, the mods are new. They're not holding crazy market value out there whatsoever. This one's only been fired maybe 3 or 4 times. So I mean, it's still it's been fired, but there's no buildup or anything on the contact.
Do people fucking try to collect mods that have never been fired? Is that like?
Oh yeah. There's people that look for low serial numbers, unfired condition, mint, never been taken really out of the box, and they collect them.
So what are you looking at the 510 pin to make sure it's never been scratched?
Basically, you're looking at the 510 pin. If it's a hybrid, you're checking to see if there's any muck in the threads. You're looking at the copper contact down the bottom to see if it's ever got any arcing marks down there. You're checking the threads for dirt and everything like that. It is what it is, but serious collectors will sit there and buy 2 or 3 mods. Lowest serial number stays unfired. The next highest serial number is their once in a while go-to, and then the higher serial number is the daily use guy. And then they get rid of the daily use, make the other one the daily use, and still never fire the other one.
Crazy. That's fucking crazy to me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around that either.
If you're gonna fucking buy a mod, use the fucking mod.
Yeah, well,
what I
that's
say,
me. I don't know. I'm spending a couple $100 on something that's supposed to vape. I'm probably gonna vape,
right?
But call me fucking crazy. I did have a couple of what do you call it? Announcements. Is that Raylo Vapes agreed to come on the show. I don't know if anybody knows Raylo. He's got he hasn't made videos in a while, but he still has like 10,000 subscribers. So probably a lot of people know him. He's a great guy. He works for Vapetasia. We've done a lot of stuff, a lot of Vapetasia reviews. So it just seems like a good fit, and he's a really great guy. So we're gonna have him on at some point. I'm not sure when, but
he's a really good friend, and he's probably just gonna bust my balls the whole show.
Yeah, we're planning on it. We're gonna fuck you up.
Ah, fuck.
And also, I'm going to look into getting the battery mooch to come on and let us interview him a little bit. That guy is fucking so smart. And I was on Giz's show one week, a couple weeks ago, and he was on. That motherfucker is. I've never met anybody who understands battery science as much as him. He's so fucking smart about batteries. So if you have any questions about batteries, that would be the time to come on and check him out.
That's where I learned all my shit.
Yeah, the guy is fucking he's just intelligent, and that's what he does. Like I think for a living, he's a battery like wholesaler kind of guy.
No, he does.
He's an electrical engineer, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, but he tests batteries for companies who are buying them or something.
Right.
I guess I don't know. What am I as fucking biographer? Shit. Right.
Where's the Wikipedia for him?
No doubt. But he is a solid dude, and that's like a whole side of YouTube vaping that I'm just not that familiar with. That whole crew of people, I just never got that into it. But now that I've met him, I definitely want to have him on the show, and he seems pretty amiable to coming on. So definitely,
John's a very down to earth guy, and if he's got the time to jump on the show and make sure that everybody has the correct information, he will.
Yeah. Every question I asked him on that show, he was just like, boom, answers, you know? Fucking love that shit. So we need more people like that in the industry, people who don't mind explaining things to idiots like me, you know? So.
Hey, you said it.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying it either. So let's jump right into the topic. Hidden gems. I was kind of messing around with some of my hardware, trying to come up with an idea for the show. And I was just looking through some of my addies and shit. And I'm like, I have a lot of great addies that I never hear anybody talk about. And then I was like looking around like mods too, and then juices and shit. You know, like there's a lot of products that are available. People can buy them, but they're just people. You never hear about them. You don't see them on Instagram, and for whatever reason, you know, because they're older or maybe because they're cheaper. I just don't know. So, but I had a few that I wanted to talk about. Frida, yeah. Well, you can't buy that anymore, though, right?
Nope.
So, yeah.
That's
an arcade. That's
an archaic gem.
Straight up. All right, so the first thing, I think we'll just go through and we can each, you know, as we're talking about it, I'm sure we'll come up with ideas and shit. But the first thing that really came to my mind when I was thinking about it was the Nixon V2. This is a glass-capped atomizer. It has a positive center block and then 2 negative blocks, and it's got under the coil airflow and shit. It's a really, really great flavor atomizer, and you know it's not like super cloudy, but it does check clouds. It's just really small, and like the fucking coils are sitting like right underneath the mouthpiece, and nobody fucking talks about it. Like nobody even knows about it. And this thing you can pick up for literally like $10. It's just cheap enough, and it performs well enough that I think that's something that everybody should have. But nobody has it. I'm like the only person that I've ever met that has a fucking Nixon V2. So that was like really what got it kickstarted. Was I thought, fuck man, why don't people have this thing?
I have the V1. I didn't know there was a V2.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't even know that it's out there. So
yeah, the Nixon V2 is basically the Nixon that's a fishbone.
Yes, but it's you know what? I almost included the fishbone on this, but this is better than the fishbone. The
fishbone definitely
has the 3 posts, which is played out, and it's just big. It's like a regular big fucking atomizer. So it just doesn't have the same flavor as the Nixon V2.
Right.
So that was my first thing that I came up with. Does anybody have one they want to throw in? Maybe an atomizer? You don't even have to have it, just something you know about.
Let's see. Well, I actually have a couple of them, and here's a new hidden gem is the Bushido.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bushido's dope.
You know, I have to do a different coil build on it, but I did a single coil stainless steel on it before. It didn't quite wick the way that I wanted it to, but, you know, it's definitely not one that I see a lot. Vapor & Co. does have it for sale in the shop. They have them in stainless and in the black. But I don't see it all that often, as well as, what else do I have here that I don't see often anymore? The Eagle by Geek Vape. You know, not a lot of people really got into that, and it didn't sell all that well from here locally. But I like the thing. I have a single coil build in it right now that's stainless steel, and shit, it works epic. You can get a nice long hork on that thing and temperature control, and it's fucking gorgeous. You know, it's basically a high tech fucking Griffin 25, basically. Uh, I don't see anybody with the G24 Seminole by Comp.
You know, I think a lot of it is just like you were saying, is that maybe there's so many products coming out, is that it's super easy for a product to kind of get left behind. And a company might produce like 5,000, 10,000 of them, and then they never pick up, and so then they don't even promote them after like the first couple of weeks. They say, this isn't selling, we're not going to promote it anymore, and then they end up in bargain fucking bins, you know?
Yeah.
And so then people, like when you see something for super cheap, like the Nixon, when the first time I saw it, I just thought, oh, that's just a piece of shit because it's only like $10. So I think a lot of people look over them because they think, oh, it's cheap, and I've never heard anybody using them and shit. So.
Oh, another hidden gem that I don't see very often, except for maybe on Instagram, because I get the notifications from Aria Built, is the Phenotype Bell.
Yeah, Phenotype's done. Aria makes some pretty good stuff. I just don't like ordering from Beyond Vape because their fucking pricings, their shipping prices are fucking outrageous.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Super ridiculous.
Yeah, the one that I got, actually, I got in a trade, but it was bought locally at one of the brick and mortars. And then I also was given, it's funny, I gave a dude 2 bottles of Frita and a Zero, and he tosses me the top airflow cap for the Phenotype L. And it's a matching set. They're both the stainless Anarchist edition. And I definitely don't see hardly anybody at all with a Phenotype, even less with the top airflow cap too.
See,
it's pretty rare, I think, for people to have them because they're a little pricey too.
I see more people using the Phenotype decks, you know, with different caps, you know, like the AV caps and the BG caps and all that stuff. Only now, because like the build deck is, you know, it's a great 2-post build deck. You know, it's a fantastic deck.
I hate the screws on it though.
Yeah.
What kind of screws does it have?
Shitty. We'll just say that. Shitty.
Yeah.
That's a fucking recurring problem in vape fucking shit. Is terrible screws.
Yeah. The one hidden gem RDA that I love because, you know, I was a coil builder for a little while and now I've moved on. Postless, man. The Hanya by Blitz.
Yes, the Hanya is
Man, I could build on that, but I have so difficult of a time with postless decks. Like when I got a hold of like the Mutation XV5, I got a hold of one of those, and that's got the velocity style, and you can actually take those off and put a postless on there.
Right.
I think it's how my dexterity goes with trying to screw in from the deck. I don't know.
From the deck side, right.
Yeah, because my hands are huge, and sometimes that's not a good thing, and this is one of those times.
Yeah. I mean, the Hanya, I loved the Hanya. Like, as soon as I bought it, man, I was just like, all right, I can pack in, you know, wide-ass fucking frame staples. I can pack in, you know, single round wire coils. I can, you know, put in comp builds if I want to because the way that the deck is set up. And you don't have to – the only thing that you have to do is just worry about over-dripping because it's only got – a small juice well on either side, but if you cotton the crap out of that thing and leave enough airflow for it to go fully around your coils, you don't even have to worry about, you know, over dripping because you just dump it right in the fucking center of it. The cotton soaks it up and it creates a little well on both sides, and then you're good to go no matter what build you throw into it. You know,
maybe that has a lot to do with things too. Is that like a lot of my hidden gems have unusual build decks and shit.
Yeah.
Or unusual designs, and I think that might just throw people off a little bit too.
What up, Jack?
Jack's
I agree.
In the house. Beauty and the Vapes in the house. We got fucking
Sato.
everybody, dude. We got Gizzard. Fucking everybody's here. What up, everybody?
What up?
Yay.
So, okay. So, definitely all those, the Phenotype, the fucking Nixon, those are all great devices. So,
the Crown turned into a hidden gem.
The Crown?
The Crown, yeah.
I don't even think I fucking heard of that before.
The Crown
The
tank?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, man. That was one of the better sub-ohm tanks that was out, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Their
Huh.
nickel coil is actually pretty dope.
See, that's the thing is that the sub-ohm tank market was so flooded for
Actually,
so long. You know what I mean?
that was the tank that introduced stainless steel sub-ohm coils.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
That's dope. Because I
Their
really
power
think
coils started off stainless steel.
I really fucking think stainless steel is the future. We talked about that last week, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's all I
Um,
use.
speaking of
that's my
sub-ohm,
rebuild in the phenotype is going to be stainless.
speaking of fucking sub-ohm tanks that are hidden gems, though, I actually have one. This is the only sub-ohm tank I ever use. I have used other sub-ohm tanks in the past, but this is the one I currently use. And it's just barely sub-ohm. It's 0.5. And it's
The Billow?
it's the Axiom by Anakin. It's a tiny little motherfucker. It only holds like 2 mils. I can rock it at 30 watts, 38 watts is what I have right now. And it has tremendous flavor. I don't know what it is. It's got a dual coil, just dual spaced regular micro coils in the sub-ohm part and the pre-made part. And it also has a an RBA section, but it's kind of terrible. It's like really terrible. I have a lot of trouble building for it, but I do
Weren't you
use
digging
this.
the Billow at one point in time?
Yeah, the Billow's dope. I like the Billow, and there's a few others. I like the TFE4. I think is nice, but right now I just kind of moved away where I don't use any sub-ohm tanks because I don't like using pre-made coils. But this one I do not mind. I trust Anakin to a degree. I think they have pretty rigorous policies regarding like their materials and shit like that. So I do use it, and I use it in the sub-ohm way. So that's a pretty hidden gem. It's been out for a while. Nobody knows about it, but as soon as people use it, they usually love it. We just gave one away not that long ago, and I was just talking to homeboy who got it, and he's like, I use it every day. I fucking love this thing. And we're actually giving another one away probably next week, so look out for
Nice.
that. Yeah.
So to go on tanks, hidden gems. This guy right here, the Mew tank from Indulgence.
Yes, I have one.
Oh
I
my
fucking love that
fucking
thing, dude.
god, dude! This is
And
my
nobody
favorite
picked that up.
goddamn tank.
It's awesome. You're right.
Oh,
It's totally
man.
awesome, and nobody picked that shit up.
I love it. I love it. I copped it at Vape Northeast in fucking March when I picked up my this box, and oh my god, man, this is probably one of the only rebuildables that I've never had an issue with wicking and
It's tremendous.
airflow.
It's totally tremendous. I bought mine the day it came out. I bought mine, and I
Yes,
used
yeah.
it. I
I
used
got
it until
mine.
I dropped it, and I totally bent the little inside space, the little piece of metal that goes over your coils.
Oh
It
no!
fucking got bent, and so I couldn't screw it on anymore. I still have it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Jeff,
love that thing, though.
this has been since I don't tank anymore, this has been retired. So who knows? You might have some Hesh vape mail coming soon.
Dope. Christmas time, baby.
Fuck yeah!
Speaking of tanks and rebuildable tanks, Giz brought it up, and I was definitely going to talk about it, Giz. So it's the Watofo Conqueror. It's a
Yeah.
postless RTA. It is tremendous. I use this fucker every day, and I hate tanks. I'm not a tank guy because it doesn't give you the same flavor, it doesn't give you the same saturation, the same saturation of flavor, and doesn't give you the same clouds. This thing is tremendous. It gives you as close to fucking dripper flavor as I've ever had with a tank. It's fucking awesome. Definitely recommend picking it up. Super cheap. How about you, Skeletor? Any tanks in your life that you like that nobody likes?
Yeah, actually a few. Well, that nobody likes.
Well, not that. You know what I'm saying.
What tanks do I have down here? Here's
That one that the fucking Godfather tank is dope, and nobody fucking rocks that shit, man.
Yeah, they've only made a limited run of those. I enjoy it though, and the reason why I enjoy it so much is because I enjoy the BCMT. I had an opportunity to play with that before it hit the market, and there was one thing that I told the guy that had it at that point in time that I would change about it, and that was the fact that I would put an airflow control ring so you don't have to worry about making sure you have enough coverage with your fingers over the airflow, over the slots. And also it gives you the opportunity to keep the device on your mod and still refill it because you'll have two hands at that point in time and you're good to go. And when I saw the Mod Father, it was everything that the VCMT was plus what I wanted it to be.
You can fill it. You can top fill it.
It's top fill, 9 milliliter capacity.
No tank. You shouldn't even buy a fucking tank unless it's top fill nowadays. That's my opinion. Top fill is the only way to go.
100%.
The Conqueror, like I was just showing, it's top fill. Another tank that I'll show in a second is also top fill. So
Mutank is top fill.
I do not own a tank anymore that is not top fill. Everything I have is top fill. Or
gotta be top fill.
That you take the cap off and you fill it from the side.
Yeah.
But the
that's just top fill. That's right, Gizzard.
Interesting. But the one thing that I really, really enjoy about the Mod Father in comparison to the VCMT is how easy it is to wick. And that's what really sold it on me, and that's what really it made the decision for me to want to go ahead and pick it up. Plus, you can keep the tank full and take the deck out. You can't do that with the VCMT.
Mm. That's always a good fucking thing too, is to being able to take the build out without dumping the tank. That's a huge fucking pro in my it's huge.
Oh yeah, all you have to do with this is it's like the chimney and the tank itself are one piece, even though you can take it apart. But when you take the deck out, what you do is you just take this little portion off right here, the 510 connection pin, and all this screws off, and the deck itself just pulls right out.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Very easy to get to, very quick, very clean, very painless, and it's a one of those things where I can go ahead, fill it up once, run half a day's errands, fill it up again, run the rest of the day. But
9 mils, fuck.
Yeah, you have to commit to a flavor though. That's for
no doubt.
Of course, it's had one of 3 flavors run in it. It helped me go through 120 mils worth of Vape Storm and about 240 of Fritta since I got it. Definitely have to commit.
I have one other tank I wanted to do. I actually have 2 more tanks I wanted to talk. Since we're on tanks right now, nobody has this tank, and it's kind of a shame. They do have a better tank, in my opinion, which is the Stargate, but it's the Tobacco Super Tank 25 millimeter RTA. They have a mini tank, a Super Tank Mini as well, which is a sub-ohm tank. But this motherfucker right here is got a velocity style deck. It's 25 millimeter. It wicks like you wouldn't believe. Tons of airflow. It's basically the same design as the Stargate, except the Stargate has a vertical goon deck. And so I would recommend that way more than this. But this is good too, and it's super cheap, less than $20. So.
What was it called again?
The Super Tank RTA, 25 millimeter.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
Another one once you mentioned that one, this one popped into my head. Another little hidden gem. It's a bitch to wick and get right the first time because the deck spins a little bit. But the fucking Sigelli Moonshot,
Yes, the Moonshot.
The Moonshot, man. $25 little fucking 4 mil tank, and it outperforms. In my honest opinion, and Josh is going to kill me for this, and so is Raylo because Raylo designed it. But it is a goblin killer.
Yeah, it's definitely a goblin killer. There's no doubt about it. The goblin was good for a while. You know what I mean? It was one of those like original like, hey, this is what we need as like a cloud blowing tank. Right. But it's at this point it's not.
It's nothing what it is, right?
I wouldn't use the goblin anymore. For when it came out, it was nice. But.
I think I'm gonna send Josh my goblin when I send you this. You this Mutank just for shits and giggles.
There you go. What I'd like to have is one of those goblin minis. That basically they don't have a bottom to them.
Right.
I had a Moonshot and I traded it and an authentic Tug Parallel for the Mod Father and an authentic Twisted Messes squared. The spin, again, with my dexterity, the spin itself is just, I couldn't deal with it. But I got, I had a buddy of mine who really, really, really liked it. And I was like, hey, I'll toss a box on that. You toss the Twisted Messes squared in with the Modfather. We got a deal.
That's dope. Okay, one more tank while I'm thinking of tanks. We did a video, Is This Obsolete video, which I think is a great video series. I'm going to do more of them. It is the Goliath by UD. And it is fucking, I mean, you know what? Nowadays, it's a little dated. It doesn't have tons of airflow, but it does have enough airflow for me.
Again, that's another Raylo concept that was that he designed.
For a while there, UD was really on point. They really were. And this fucker right here, it is an everyday use for me. It's an RTA. It holds, I think, 3 or 4 mils of juice. It's
got great flavor.
It's got great flavor, and it has just the right amount of vape for me. And it's not the best anymore. You can remove the build without dumping your tank, but it's bottom fill. You have to take it all apart just to fill it. So it has some cons, but I still think you can get it for fucking, people are giving them away, like $10-15.
Chat's blowing up about the Mage.
Yeah, the Mage. Yeah.
That's definitely another hidden gem. I had the chance to try one and I turned it down, and I had the chance to get one, free, and I turned it down, and then I fucking tried one, and I said to myself, I should not have turned that free one down. It's a great little tank. It definitely is a great little tank. The RBA section on it is good. It's good. It reminds me of the again, all of these short-bodied RTAs, they do get a little fiddly, and that's the only issue that I had with the Moonshot and the Mage.
Giz was like, fuck the Moonshot, too fiddly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but see, sometimes I come from an era when we were still using shit like fucking, what do you call them? Genesis atomizers with stainless steel mesh and wrapping coils around. Now that is fiddly.
Yep.
That fucking shit is a pain in the ass.
Pre-torching your fucking stainless steel mesh. Yeah.
And having to fucking get it pour juice on it, then burn it off to get it all get the carbon built up on it and shit, so it doesn't short out.
Yep.
If anybody's ever used Genesis atomizers, you know the pain of wrapping a perfect coil on your mesh, getting it all set up, firing it once, and having the fucking lead pop off.
Yep.
Every fucking time, man, that fucking lead will just short out and pop off.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the avocado, but everybody already knows about the avocado.
It's not a hidden gem.
It's not a hidden gem.
Everybody fucking loves the avocado. Everybody has an avocado.
Damn right, I got 2.
Yeah. The 24 mil is the one to go with, and you know what? I actually have some beef with the avocado because their grub screws that they use are shit. And I had mine for less than a month, and one of the grub screws got stripped out on one side, so now I can only use it single coil mode. So kind of fuck the avocado, to be honest. I would say go for the limitless. Is that what it's called, right? Limitless RT. Yeah, or the combo. Look out for this. We have a company sending us 2 combos to check out.
Oh, banging. Those are
so one for me, one for Josh. We're going to check it out. I'm really excited about that. I wanted one. I tried to order one. The company that I usually buy it from was sold out. So it's nice. I'm looking forward to it.
I didn't like the Kraken. I see the Kraken in chat. I didn't like it all that much.
It was all right for the time, but now that's a fucking relic from the past. There's no doubt about it. Any other tanks while we're talking about tanks, you guys?
Nah.
Or is that it?
That's all I got off the top of my head, man.
Yeah, I've used a lot of crazy tanks in my life, and I think we covered a lot of the really good ones. I really do. Yeah. And the cool thing is Genesis atomizers are making a comeback with things like the Limitless and the Avocado. And they're making a comeback in the way that makes sense for actual vaping. So that's good. I always thought that was a great idea to have like a dripper basically with a little tank underneath of it. Super great idea.
All right, inner diameter. I'm sorry, I'm doing steam engine real quick.
That's all good. Somebody was saying the Triton 2. That's a great take, and the Cleto. I've heard some mixed reviews
Mixed
on the Clito.
reviews on the Clito, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at Vape Girl, when we go to shows and stuff like that, we use Clitos for samples, you know.
That's good.
And we have them on the RX 200s. And they're not bad because you're not wasting juice, letting everybody drip on it, and you get the flavor. But, man, if you're letting, you know, you have to change out the coils every show. And then you have to break them in the day before. And then you have to make sure that, you know, they're a pain in the ass for when you're using them as a sampler tank. But I have friends, you know, that rock, you know, the Sigelli fucking Fu Chai box mod, you know, with Clito on top.
Yeah.
You know, Sigelli 100 watts and Sigelli 150s and the 213s with Clitos. And they love them, you know. They absolutely love them. But, again, the first runs of their coils that they had out, that some are still in production, taste like fucking rubber bands as soon as you fucking, you know, try and fire them the first couple of times.
Yeah, I've heard about people having a lot of trouble with leaking. I've heard about people having a lot of trouble with the flavor and stuff. So it's maybe not the best, but there are people who swear by them. I've never personally used one, so I can't really say. But I just when Beauty and the Vape was saying that she loves hers, that's it seems to be like either you love it or you hate it. So
yes, Steve, I have friends.
A couple.
You happen to be one of them, so shut your mouth.
So I just wanted to, you know, I did have something else I wanted to share. So I'm vaping on it right now. I just wanted to share a little bit of this is the new White Girl fucking artwork done by my boy B Dry Hump. That's how we know him in the group and everything. That's not his real name, but he prefers to remain anonymous and shit. But he's a great guy. He's actually the guy who designed the OverDose Vapes logo. The two, like, yellow faces, me and Josh vaping.
I remember that. My wife did something to enter that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I actually used everybody's art that we did, like, kind of a giveaway, like, do some art for us and we'll give you some shit. And a lot of people gave us a lot of great art, and I ended up, I use it all the time. I still use it all the time, so.
I still have my tattooed style drawings that I never submitted to you.
Well, you guys send them over. I use that shit all the time.
I will. I will.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Okay, so let's move on. Do you guys want to do juices, mods, or RDAs? We're going to do all three, but which one do you want to do first?
It's up to y'all. I'm pretty good to talk about either of it.
Yeah, Joshua in the chat said, what about the Saper 25mm RTA? I've heard great things about it, but I've never personally used it, so.
Me either.
The rat? Do you guys know about the engine rat? Huh, see, I'm learning all kinds of new shit here right now, so.
Me too.
Engine RTA.
Yeah, the engine
Never
RTA.
heard of it. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I thought it was because he spelled rat, and then he corrected himself as rat again, so. Ryan. Damn it, RTA, then he finally corrected himself. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the engine RTA, yeah, I have heard of that. I can't come up with a visual in my mind, but I have definitely heard of it. So, all right, so let's just do fucking juices.
All right.
I only have a couple that I'm thinking of, so, which is amazing because I should know all the fucking hidden gem juices, but I can't think of any. So, who wants to go first?
Yeah, you should.
I'm vaping on one right now in Frida. Of course, that's a dead gem, but
that's a fucking archaic gem. I like that a lot.
Yeah, archaic gem.
I tell you, those two Vape Storm juices I've been vaping on like crazy. Well, they're gone now, so I can't say
Vape Storm is a hidden gem as a company, I think, because they make good shit, but you never hear anybody talking about Vape Storm.
Indeed. Voodoo Vapes is another hidden gem.
Boom!
Totally.
I got a whole spiel on that, but
hey, Sean and them down there are fucking awesome. What can I say?
Yeah, the whole crew, you know, everybody. I mean, like, and the company Barn Brew doesn't just make Voodoo. You know, Voodoo Vapes was their primary line for the outside market. You know what I mean? They were like, this is going to be our first national juice line. And they came up with the 4 flavors for it, and every one of them is spot on. Look at that flavor menu right here. Gee, I wonder why I have so much Voodoo Vape swag. Ultimately, you know, they're 4 flavors. They're spot on. It's made by a local company up here in Massachusetts, which is Barn Brew Premium E-Liquids. Barn Brew first started off with making e-liquids for their stores, e-cig Barn. And they had something like 50 fucking flavors that came right out. You know, and you name it, and it was across the board. You wanted tobaccos, they had 4 different tobacco flavors. You wanted desserts, they had about 15 different desserts. You wanted beverages, you know, you name it, they had it. They still do. If you go to ecigbarn.com or Barn Brew E-Liquids, you will ultimately find a shit ton of juice. Market pricing, they just dropped their prices of the 30 mils down to $17, 17 and change. You know what I mean? They're trying to fall in line with the you know, the $25 60 mils on most juices. But their line, man, I have yet to be disappointed by anything that they make. And I'm not just saying that because I am, you know, the comp team captain for them. I'm saying that because this is the company that I first started vaping, and I will always vape because it's readily available, and you can order anything that they have on their website, no problem. You know, they'll ship it cross country, out of the country. You know, you name it, they'll ship it. And they've got Voodoo. They've got 4 other lines, Nefarious, God, 32 over, Jesus Christ. There's so many different, there's 5 different lines that Barn Brew makes, and Voodoo is just one of them.
They've got like a really passionate group of followers, people who love that their lines and shit. So it's a great hidden gem because I think that they're not as widely known as they should be. That's for sure.
Well, they're now hitting the convention scene. You know, they were just at VCCT Tennessee. They were down in Tampa. You know, Skeletor fucking met them. They've been out to Chicago. They're going to New York. You know, there's just so many conventions that are coming up that they plan on going to, and they're killing the game, man. They really are. It's just nobody's heard of them, and once they try them, they're surprised.
Totally. That's the thing about all these hidden gems. I think that personally, I think that if anybody in the chat or anybody who watches this, the replay of this, if you try any of the products that we're talking about, you're going to get it. Like, holy shit, these are great products. How come I've never used this shit before, you know? So, yeah, I think that's perfect. Hidden gems. Totally.
AZ Swag Sauce is another one.
Totally. Yeah. For me, there's a couple companies that I think of right off the top of my head that I think everybody should be vaping. You know what I mean? And I think they should be huge, like Suicide Bunny huge. And that's one of them is Nitro Labs. Whenever I think of hidden gem juices, I always think of Nitro Labs, Moon Waffles, Forbidden Donut, everything those guys make is fucking pretty intense.
Motherfucking Moon Waffles.
And those guys, you know, because of them, I also found out about Cotton Bacon because their Cotton Bacon and Nitro Labs are based in Idaho, So that's kind of like a desert of vaping. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of companies up there, and so they definitely know each other, and they work together a lot of times. So they're great. I totally love Nitro Labs. Moon Waffles is definitely one of my top 5 juices of all time.
Yeah,
So
I still have to try that.
And you can, if they have a website, you can order it from them. I don't know about international shipping, especially now that we have the, what is it, TPD? Is that what it's called? The European vape tax thing?
Uh-oh, here's Meek's headroom.
I'll be back.
And so now it's the Skeletor and Hess show.
That's right. I'm actually doing
fuck
that
now.
stainless steel single coil build that I was talking about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was. I got a wild hair, I guess.
Yeah, Maffey, it is the TPD, the Tobacco Prime Directive, that's out in Europe.
Tobacco Prime Directive?
Yeah. Basically, it was like our deeming regs, but it was going to fuck Europe more so than what's going on with the U.S. But they reversed about 70% of the TPD already.
Oh, well, that's good.
Good. Yeah, because I wanted to bring up the TPD because somebody in chat had requested that we talk about it a little bit. I don't personally know enough about it to really speak on it at length. I do know that it has made it extremely hard for a lot of people that live in like the UK and in Europe in general to get liquids and products from the United States.
If it's not made in Europe, it's kind of like Canada. You can't ship anything with nicotine to, said places. So, what's a company going to do? Send you a bunch of 0 milligram nic, then you have to break their safety seals to nick the juice for your customer, which, is going to use a different nicotine than what the juice is made with from the state side. So you could have, a more peppery nicotine in a fruity flavor, and it's going to ruin the actual flavoring of the juice.
Totally.
Now, what they were going to do too is it was going to be almost closed system, and it was going to be about a 2 mil capacity, and also only be able to sell and buy juice in a 10 mil bottle.
But Europe, I mean, while that sucks, the TPD thing sucks. They are moving away from that, and they have a way better outlook as far as the longevity of vaping in general, because Europe understands that, hey, this is a really great thing that's getting people to stop smoking.
Well, see, that's the thing. The Royal College of Physicians over in London has actually, blown the science out of the water and have been working very closely with Dr. Fossolinos, to prove that it is 95% safer. The House is looking more at being able to overturn the stupid parts of the TPD and make it accessible. But there are there's still enough people in power that are naysayers on the whole thing that they don't want to fully, just remove the full TPD, because that's ultimately going to remove, their taxable income off of it.
Totally. In all reality, the United States has a grim outlook as far as vaping. Europe has its problems with the TPD, but nothing is as bad as fucking places like you were saying, like Canada and places like Australia. Those places have extremely ruthless laws when it comes to vaping. So, especially Australia, we've talked about it before on the show, but when you buy a liquid in Australia, you can't buy a liquid that has nicotine already mixed in it, so you have to buy it a separate bottle with like a little sidecar of nicotine that you mix yourself. And while that's not a huge issue, I mean, they're smart enough to get around the laws. I don't like the idea of people fucking with nicotine on their own and mixing their own juice, because what if they don't fucking mix it well enough, shit like that. So,
hey, Steve, this is for you, by the way.
Okay. Steve, you take that. Damn it.
Yeah. Well,
Twice.
he screenshotted the show and threw it in the Barn Brigade, the E-Sig Barn Voodoo Vapes team chat, and caught me mid-orgasm.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. Awesome. Get him. Get him.
Oh God! See, this is the respect that I get from from my teammates as their captain.
Good night, Ebony. She's leaving.
That's Steve.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
All right, and I thought that was somebody else, but whatever.
Ebony and Ivory.
And what was I gonna say? It doesn't matter. It must have been a lie.
Yeah.
Must have been a lie. But anyways, okay, moving on. Let's talk about. Let's get back into the hidden gems. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. So besides Nitro Labs, I also wanted to bring up Adore e-liquid. Everybody in the chat is gonna say, well, that's not a hidden gem because we all love it. But hidden gem, of course we love it, but there's just not. It doesn't have the same exposure as some other brands do, unfortunately, because Adore makes super quality liquid at great prices, and they just don't have that market penetration that they should. When we have companies like Mount Baker or White Label who have tons of penetration in the market, with a way less of a quality product. So everybody always, I try to tell everybody who's looking for like a budget-friendly juice, I always say go to Adore because you're going to get a quality product at a great price. So, yeah, like hazy custard, great custard flavor.
Oh my God.
I'm vaping some fucking strawberry submission as well. Super fucking good product. Awesome.
I hear banana bondage is really good.
The only banana liquid I've ever had that was decent. Mad decent. It was really good. And it doesn't taste like Runt's banana. It tastes like an actual fucking banana. So
Produce banana.
Yeah, a produce banana. That's it.
Fuck saying farm stand like I was all last week.
Farm stand.
Farm stand.
Fucking hipster doofus.
Yeah, right?
So Adore is definitely the one that I wanted to talk about, and Nitro Labs. I'm trying to think of other companies. Dinner Lady is I wouldn't know if that's a hidden gem anymore though, because everybody is talking about it.
Yeah, no. They once they hit the scene, they hit the scene running, and
anybody who tries this lemon tart,
so good.
It's one of the best juices I've had all year, and that's no joke. Like it's as close to a perfect juice as I've ever had, and I don't even like lemon. I don't even fucking like lemon at all. As far as vaping, I'm not a huge lemon guy, but that shit really is on point. It is one of the better juices I've ever had in my life. So
definitely. I almost fought somebody for a 30 mil of that.
That's the only downside is that they do fucking 30 mils. It's like who's doing 30 mils anymore, man? Well, when you have a product that good, I guess you can get away with it.
Well, to go on the whole 30 mil thing, Vape Girl, we're still selling 30 mils. We rebranded the line, new labels and everything. We're doing the cold foil. We got rid of the little horns up here so that they don't tear off. Waterproof. Fantastic. So, Vape Girl, I'll run through them really quick. Berry Obsessed used to be Dingle to Jingleberries. I know you know the
I like
the old names.
Name better. I like the old name better.
Showgirl was Party Tits.
Also liked it better.
Let's see.
Yeah.
D's Nuts, nothing better.
They changed it from D's Nuts.
We had to.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, man, we had to. Again, it was a business move. You know what I mean? Colleen just didn't want the blowback from all the crap that was going on, especially with the regs and marketing to children because of the whole meme of D's Nuts and Party Tits and all that shit.
Sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the Limelight, which is God, what was the original name on Limelight? Fuck. No, I can't remember.
Fucking Ebony said, switch to the PC. Guess I'm here to stay. Frowny face.
Yeah.
Sorry, motherfucker. You don't like it?
And then Blue Monchi, you know, so 5 flavors. And now the great thing is that we're not only are we still doing the 30 mils, Colleen has actually upped and made available 120 mils.
Dope.
And they're fairly priced, $50 for a 120.
I can handle 50 for a 120. You know, as long as it's less at 50 cents a mil or less, I think that's acceptable.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's granted the 30 mils are still roughly floating around $18. You know, $18 a bottle, but it's a max VG line. You're not blowing through the liquid as much as you would on, you know, a lower viscosity juice, because you drip it and it just saturates and sits in your coils, you know. And the availability of the 120s is awesome, you know, because I don't think that I've gone through a month where I haven't gone through a 120 mil of each flavor of Vape Girl.
Wow. That's dope. Yeah, you gotta, if you're gonna do 30s, you gotta make available the 120s.
Right.
Like for me, my favorite, my all-time favorite juice is now I can't remember it. Siren Song by Charlie Noble.
Yep.
And they used to do the 120s or 30s, and now they, you know, we talked about it before. They switched to just 60s, which I think is an okay compromise. I mean, I would buy a gallon of that shit if they made it. So
Indeed.
I've been
Well,
trying to copy the recipe, and I just can't get it right.
I must run. I must run. The wifey has to wake up early, and it's 11:15, so I'm going.
All right, brother. We will
down
see
and
you.
turn off the lights.
All right, dude.
I will jump into chat though, but I am going to cut off the camera.
All right, brother. We will
No
see
worries.
you next week.
Definitely.
Word. Peace.
So yeah, I mean, you got to have the 120s. Definitely got to have the 120s. 30 mils just isn't enough. Got to give people that option and shit. And
Yeah.
I think all the good companies are either making sure they have 120s, or they're doing 60s at least. So
Yeah, definitely. So,
I always go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say people, because Skeletor leaving because it's like late, and people are saying like they have to get up soon and shit. Ebony was saying they got to get up in 6 hours. It's always weird to me because here it's like fucking 8 o'clock. You know? I'm
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, it's
fucking
11:15
sissies.
out on the East Coast. You know.
I forget, a lot of you guys are fucking from the East Coast and the Midwest and shit. I totally forget about that.
So, hidden gems. You know, what we were talking about earlier with the whole Avid Life thing and what I was moving on from. You know, we'll change the pace over to Mech Mods real quick.
Let's do it.
And, you know, I'm not going to go into fuck tons of mech mods out there because there's a fuck ton of hidden gem mech mods. Everybody has their own personal preference.
It's such a niche market anyways.
It is.
It would be hard to say like this is a hidden gem or that's a hidden gem because
right.
all of them are fucking hidden gems, basically.
I really do want to say, though, that High on USA right here.
Never even heard of that.
Hidden gem mech mod. So you remember the Pi Squared postless RDA that came out?
No.
It had a lot of ornate detailing on the deck itself. Absolutely fantastic, postless build deck. It was the first postless deck out there. I want to say about 10 months ago.
Wow.
Now, ultimately, so many people came out with postless decks that it's like, oh my god, it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? But High-On has always been putting out tube mods. People don't know that. So this right here is actually the stacked tube from High-On. I haven't gotten my actual mod yet. Now, the stack tube itself, this version of it is called the Sicario XL. The Sicario mod that they have right here, this finish on the mod, it's a stainless steel tube. Every single one of those carve lines that's in it is hand done on every single mod. They only made 100 of the stack tubes total, and it's impervious to scratching. I just bought this today. I don't even have the top cap and button for it yet, right? Here's a flathead screwdriver drill bit.
Don't do it.
Ready?
Don't do it. Ah, you sick fucker.
Nothing but a little bit of dirt. Nothing wrong with my mod.
Ugh, that's scary. That's dope as fuck, though.
But I would never do that with any other fucking mod, dude. You know what I mean?
No
I would
doubt.
never do that with any other mod. And the tube, the stack tube itself, Sicario is $110. Their mods range from 140 to 239. You know, so it's a higher end. But the great thing about their mods is that it's it's 25 millimeter. It's an Altum button, so you never get hot button. Copper contacts, and there's zero battery adjustment whatsoever. Your 510 pin that is in the top cap is spring loaded, and the bottom section of it is spring loaded as well. So you thread your addy on top, you pop your battery into the tube, and you screw down the top hat. Flush fit every single fucking time. No worries about, oh, look, there's a little fucking gap right there. And it makes contact 100%.
That's dope. That's so dope. I just wanted to answer a question real quick. Somebody, Joshua, was saying that he watched we did a quick DIY video where we were just mixing concentrates from a door, which is like the easiest way to make your own juice. You can buy the concentrates, and all you have to do is literally take the concentrates and you mix it with vegetable glycerin, or VG. So, Joshua, I hope that answers your question. Really, all you need is the concentrates and a bottle of vegetable glycerin, and then you can mix those two together. It comes with instructions. I'm pretty sure it comes with instructions. But I think the ones we got was enough to make 120 mils. So you just add that bottle to a 120 mil bottle and then fill it up the rest of the way with VG, and then you shake the fuck out of it. It's super easy and a great way to make juice on the cheap if you're on a budget and stuff. So hope that answers your question about that. Okay, so speaking of mech mods, since we're talking about mech mods, and we're not going to do a ton of mech mods because, like we were saying, every one of them is a hidden gem. But this one I think kind of qualifies. It is the Snowman. I don't even remember who makes this, but it's a mech box. It's a dual battery mech box. It's parallel. It's not a series or anything. And it is a great little mod. It's got a Delrin button. It's basically a clone. We've talked about it before. It's basically a clone of the Castigator box. Yeah. But it's super cheap, super affordable, and it fucking rocks out. So I think that if you're looking for a mech box on the cheap, this is definitely an option. You can still find them, I don't know, different places. I can't even remember where I bought this, but you can find them on a lot of the bigger online retailers and stuff. So.
Right.
And if you can't get the Snowman, you can also get the Snow Girl, which is just, it's a pink one with a different character. So.
Another box mod that's not crazy known, but it is kind of, it's been shown around on, YouTube, like on everybody else's channels, like Grim and Ruby and Plumes of Hazard, is the Titan. The Titan box mods are fantastic. They're inexpensive, 120 bucks. For a Titan box mod, handmade, every single one of them perfectly CNC machined, double MOSFET protected, parallel boxes, and they're great. They come in all different kinds of finishes, and same thing with the hardware, like super clicky MyTech switch, Veritube 510s that are actually flush mounted, and there's no Hammond box lean to them.
That's the Hammond boxes are so fucking played anyways. They're fucking big old clunky bastards.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of little box mods, like mechanical box mods that could be hidden gems. That's just one that I had here. And another box mod, it's not mechanical, but it's semi-mechanical, and that we talked about it a bunch. It's a Tesla 2, super cheap, definitely a hidden gem. Everything Tesla makes, I think, is almost a hidden gem. You know what I mean?
Tesla 3, hidden gem.
Totally. I think pick up a Tesla product, you won't be disappointed. As far as mods, it's kind of hard because everything I rock is mech.
Right.
And so everything's a hidden gem. I think maybe we'll just move on to RDAs. We're losing fucking viewers like we're a stuck pig. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I think everybody's getting tired.
Yeah, no, well, everybody watches the replay anyways. Like hardly anybody watches it live, but then we get a couple hundred views on the replays. So whatevs, right?
Right.
The interesting thing is that Josh couldn't make it it has to do with live shows. Josh couldn't make it this week to record. So what we're going to do is we're going to record it using Zoom, which is like a streaming software. And we're going to record our reviews like that just for this 1 week. And I'm going to put them up, like a normal video. But it'll be like this. It'll be like me and Josh talking on a stream, but we're not going to do it live. But so that's a thing.
Nice.
Beating the Vape's still here. Ebony's still here. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are always here for the live shows, and I really appreciate it. It always makes it fun to have like an audience kind of playing along with us. So, getting into RDAs as far as hidden gems, the first one, the one that I thought of first, is the Heracles RDA.
Yes.
Super cheap. It has side airflow and under the coil airflow. Has a big old chuff cap on it. It's made pretty durable. It's got a velocity style deck. You can't really see it. It's got a really interesting wicking, like a really interesting deck, in the sense that it has really big holes underneath the coils, but the cotton kind of gets tucked back behind the coils, so that when you drip, you're dripping directly onto a little pool of cotton. So you don't it doesn't get overfilled. It doesn't leak a lot. It's pretty awesome.
Right.
And this is like whenever anybody goes, I need a good RDA. I don't have a lot of money, and I want something that has good flavor and good clouds. The Heracles, it's fucking badass for all of those things.
Yeah, Steve brings up a good point. The Jabo Indestructible.
Yes.
You know,
I have one of those.
I have one of those too. You know, funky ass little build deck. It is. It's tough to build on at first when you first get it.
Man. Like those fucking your leads on the side and kind of trapping them down. It's gonna be a pain.
It's kind of like when you're trying to build for a 3-post addy and center your coils. You know what I mean? You have to basically pre-bend everything on your coil jig before you install it, or else you're going to get a hot spot or a hard short against the body of the deck.
Who the fuck is using a coil jig?
Me, motherfucker.
No,
I don't even use the coil jig. I use the
rods.
The rods, and then I hand wrap. I don't even use the little twisty thing anymore. But then that way, once I pull it out, I have both leads at 90, and then I have that whole 2-inch section to work with to hold the coil in place and bend everything the way that I need it.
Totally. And I was just fucking with you anyways. I think coil jigs are a super great little tool for people. It makes it able to, if you're wrapping like a normal coil, even like a fused Clapton, you can throw those in there. It just makes it so you can get them spaced perfectly, like sitting right next to each other. If you've been doing it for a long time, you probably don't need it, but it can be a good tool.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the Indestructible is I never can get a build in there that looks nice. It always looks like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a good addy, but it's just like it always looks terrible.
Fucking son of a bitch! That goddamn little side press.
Oh god. Jabo he's cool. He's a cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's really smart, but he has a little bit too much creative freedom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they just say, do whatever you want. So he releases all these like weird, like the Indie Duo. Have you ever heard of that? It comes with two top caps. One of them is a big hollowed out piece of fucking glass that's 25 millimeter.
Yep.
So it looks okay like on the rouleau, but that's it. And then it has like a little tiny fucking metal one. I use that one. And it's too small for everything.
Yeah.
It's like less than 22.
Yeah. I don't I have a couple of friends that have the Indie Duos, and on box mods they use the 25 millimeter glass cap, and they get fucking because of the top down airflow on that glass cap, they get a lot of fucking airflow, and they'll chuck mad clouds off of a box mod. But you put that 22 mil the regular RDA adapter top cap on there, and it's a pain in the dick.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. My girlfriend Misty, she got it for me. She was going to Santa Rosa, and she just stopped at one of the shops and was like, oh, that's cute. You know, she kind of thought it was like a tank.
Right.
But then you could also make it an RDA, and that's kind of what I thought at first. And I'm like, wait, that's just 2 top caps.
Right.
So I don't know. I could see it chucking clouds with the glass piece.
Oh
and
God,
I do use it sometimes. But
I saw. No, I can't remember the name of the thing, but there is a glass top cap that goes over your Kennedy's that makes it a tank.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. That's a hidden gem right there.
Yeah.
The
I'll find the information, the info on it, and I'll have it ready for next week.
Like the original Kennedy or like the Kennedy 24?
Kennedy 24s.
Yeah. You know, I had an original Kennedy, and I liked it. It was actually given to me, and I had no idea what it was until I got back to it was at ECC, and I got back to the hotel room and I was looking up what this homeboy had given me, and it was I forget the mod. It was like a really expensive mod. And then the Kennedy, and it was like a $300 setup. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy just gave this to me.
This guy just gave it to me, right?
It was a homeboy from Enjoy, though. So, like, that motherfucker's rich. So
Right.
He can afford to give it to me, you know?
Yeah. Considering that, you know, every single Kennedy product is a minimum of $90 to $100. So.
Exactly. And I think that, you know, and it was really nice. But I just got kind of burnt out on it. And I ended up giving it to Brandy Garcia.
Yep.
You remember Brandy.
Yeah.
She was a big part of the group. I don't even see her at all anymore. I'm friends with her on Facebook. I'll see her post here and there. I don't see her active.
I see her in a couple of other groups here and there, but she's not as active as she was.
I don't know. You know, there was kind of like a falling out or something. Like she had been adding people to groups in our group, and it was like very politely. I'm just like, you know, maybe don't add people without asking
without permission, right?
To groups. And it wasn't even about doing it in our group. It was just like maybe you shouldn't be adding people to groups. That's right. All I said, you know. And then it was like, she's like, fuck you guys. And I haven't talked to her since. So if she's out there, if she watches this by any chance, Brandy, come back to the group.
We miss you.
We miss you. You're part of the ODB family. You might as well come back.
I actually, I have an Excalibur mod that she had gotten from one of the Vaping with Twisted 420 giveaways, and we did a trade, and I have Vaping with Twisted 420's Excalibur, and it was all because of Brandy.
Yeah, she was. You know what? She was an admin of the group. She was a really big part of the group. She really was, and it was just kind of sad to lose people like that. You know what I mean? Over something super stupid. So, Beauty and the Vape learned to build on a Kennedy. Wow, that's a fancy deck to build on.
Right? Yeah, I learned to build on a goddamn CLT V2.
I learned to build on a clone Patriot. It was terrible. It was totally terrible.
No airflow.
I know. I drilled it out. It was it has that 3-post deck with tiny little post holes and shit.
Yeah.
I still have I don't have it here, of course, but I have a Patriot that I've drilled out, an authentic one, and I love it. It's just the deck is shit. That's all, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it has a lot of sentimental value to me.
Right.
Somebody learned to build on a Genesis. That's Ebony. Fucking good on you, because I learned how to fucking hate building on a Genesis. That's for sure. Okay, so more RDAs. What do I have here? Of course, the Symbiote. I think everybody should pick one of these up. It's postless. It's a 6. Well, you know, like the postless. That's kind of a misnomer because they do have posts. It's just not like a normal post. This has 6 areas where you can put leads in, so you can do triple coils and shit. Right now, I just have a dual coil spaced fuse Clapton, but you can do. I've done it many times. Triple fuse Claptons in there. It's fucking badass. So, $15. Pick it up. Totally.
That's not bad at all.
Tobacco made it. It's not the best quality as far as like the build quality, but it's a great device. And then
another one that's hidden gem too. That's funky ass airflow, and it's fun to build on because it's a clamp style. Is the Aeronaut?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Ned from VGV. That's his up next to his Kennedy's. That's his go-to Addy. You know, he throws in, you know, a staggered frame staple single coil in that thing, and it outperforms a lot of the fucking like dual coil fucking crazy artisan fucking builds.
Yeah, totally. Somebody said that everybody's telling where they learned to build on. Somebody learned on a Royal Hunter, which I think is awesome. The Royal Hunter is fucking dope, especially the Royal Hunter Mini. I think is a totally great Addy. That is a hidden gem as well, I think. What? It's great. It's great.
I didn't like them.
And then Ebony said, and then their second one was a Derringer.
Yeah,
the Derringer's all right. I don't really care for the Derringer. I have one, an authentic one. It's.
I have that's what I started doing. My started messing around with temp control on was the Derringer. You know,
that's a good temp control Addy. It is.
Yeah, because I mean, you're not looking for crazy build deck. You don't need the insane amount of airflow, but you know, like for a quick stealth mech vape, the Excalibur with the Derringer, short little fucking tube, boom.
Or the Derringer S&PL, which is what Ebony just said.
Yeah, you know, any of those hybrid style short mechs, and the Derringer is a great little like. All right, I'm going to the grocery store. Drip, drip, drip. Bum, 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 bum. Don't build anything below, you know, lower than a 0.2 on there, and you're getting a quality vape off of it. You know.
Yeah. No, mine. I got mine with my Praxis, which is also a really great combo because they're fucking that big. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's awesome. What's going on? Pete Goodwin says, "The fuck what? The fuck what? I don't understand. Come on, bruh." So what else? Because I had other things I wanted to talk. Oh, the 454 Big Block. It's an older device.
God.
It's authentic. You can get these super cheap now. They have the 454 Big Block Mini, which is also really good. Definitely a hidden gem. It has a center post, right, with a bunch of holes in it, and then it has a ring that goes around the outside. It's one of those kind. And you stick your positively through that center post, and then you trap your negative post through on the ring on the outside. So you can put quad coils, triple coils, dual, whatever. And it has 4 holes around the top cap, and it's super beefy. And this top cap is super thick. Like, so the actual chamber is reduced quite a bit. So it's a great flavor Addy. Also great for chucking clouds because it has tons of airflow. And it just looks kind of nice. Kind of reminds me of like an old school RDA.
Yeah, definitely. I remember watching my first Rip Trippers video was actually the 454 Big Block.
I remember back when it came out, I was still watching Rip quite a bit. And that's when I saw it. I'm like, ooh, that just looks nice. It's made in America. It's beefy. Rip liked it. You know, I was like, oh, shit, Rip likes it.
If Rip likes it, I got to get it.
And I kind of never thought about it anymore after that. And but then I saw one. It was like on one of these sites, like My Freedom Smokes or Viper Vape or one of those sites. And they were having it on sale, and I got it for, I think, $25 or something.
Yeah.
Originally, it was like 130. So.
Yeah, they're inexpensive now.
Yeah.
And that's for the authentic too. So.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no. But I would probably recommend the 454 454 Big Block Mini because it's even more reduced and it still has the same design for the deck. And it's like one of those minis that it's still easy to build on, as easy as it is. I mean, it's not easy to build on, but for a 454 Big Block, it's not any harder than like the normal size one.
Right. So Pete's comment about the defuck was about Ryan Shore's. My first build was on a little boy.
Oh yeah,
building on a little boy. Pete goes, I get the pedal reference there, but yeah, the little boy. That again, you know, that came out when what's that goddamn fucking RDA's name that I had? The Ball. You know.
So, Ball. Yeah, that was the same time. You're right.
Yeah. The little boy, you had the Ball. Twisted Messes came out around the same time. Like all of those 3-post and 4-post RDAs that had massive airflow. That was around the same time as the Mutation X V2, the Doge V2, the competition.
Well, I think it was like the Doge 1.
Yeah,
first Doge and the little boy were around the same time.
Were around the same time, right?
Yeah.
And then the Ball
the cloud chucking ones were starting to really come out then.
Right. And all it was still 3-post RDA, but a fuckload of airflow drilled into the top caps.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So what else? I saw somebody else had up here that they were talking about something that I thought was interesting. Oh yeah, the Magneto 2 by Smock.
Yeah. God.
So that's old school as fuck, man. Right? And that's the mech mod, right? The Magneto.
The
Yeah, I'm pretty
Magneto
sure.
mech
Yeah.
mod, yep.
Fucking when Smock was making mech mods, then
I think that was the one that you had to actually use the kick on.
probably. I remember when the kick was a thing. It's a funny shit. Ooh, 15 watts, fucking regulated.
Yeah, right. I think Shane still has a kick somewhere.
They still sell them if you're in the Ukiah area and you want a kick. You can pick one up and build an e-cig. They have them hanging on the wall still.
I'm gonna have to have a little talk with fucking Troy. Love you, Troy.
It was funny shit.
Respect, brother. It's been a long time.
He's you know what? The guy's great. He's got a fucking vape shop in a fucking small town. It's never easy.
Right.
Especially nowadays, everybody's shutting down shop because everybody's afraid of what's going to come. So
yeah, but he always has the newest, the hottest, and the hype juice too.
he doesn't fuck around. Like he could play it safe. We have another shop in town that definitely plays it safe. They buy the shit that they like as far as juices. They never have new hardware, maybe a couple things. Troy really goes all out and he says, I want all the newest shit. I want to make sure that I'm up to date and that people don't have to go buy online. You know, because that's a big thing. If you own a shop, that's got to be a bitch because you know that a lot of people buy shit online because it's just cheaper.
Right. Definitely.
So I'm looking at I got it over here on my other screen, the genuine Smock Tech Magneto 2, fully adjustable mechanical mod. They look nice. $44.99. That seemed a little pricey.
Still?
For a Smock,
Right,
Yeah.
right. Wow. Surprising.
Maybe they're cheaper other places. I've never seen this site before. Vapor Authority. I've never heard of that shit before. GearBest has them for $16.
Of course they do.
If you want to wait 3 fucking months to get it.
Right. I know we're huge on the Cotton Bacon and Cotton Bacon V2. And we will always be huge on the Cotton Bacon and Cotton Bacon V2.
I know I am.
But I do have to say that I do have a hidden gem, cotton, actually, out there. I don't have any with me at the moment, but Cotton Candy Premium Wicks.
Never even heard of it.
It comes in a foil pack larger than the Cotton Bacon, tall package, and it's got a set of lips, like bright red female lips on them. Fantastic cotton, man. I have to say it puts Cotton Bacon up. It gives it a run for its money. Same thing with the new Native Wicks too.
The new Native Wicks is good. It is definitely, and I don't think it's as good as Cotton Bacon, but it is good.
Right.
It is acceptable. I would use it, and so I think it's important. Like I do love Cotton Bacon, but really it's mostly because there are no other products on the market that I've used that are of the same quality. But we need more good wick.
Check out the cotton candy stuff. It's a little bit cheaper than a pack of Cotton Bacon. You do get a little bit less. It's $4 for a package, and you get four strips as opposed to the 10.
I'll have to check it out.
But I do have to say I re-wick less with the cotton candy than I do with the Cotton Bacon.
Okay. Because for a while there, I was trying every new wick that came out on the market, like Fiber Freaks, which I thought was going to be great and ended up being pretty terrible. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
A little update on the Magneto V2. I don't know why we got stuck on this. I'm on Mad Vapes, which I have shopped at before and I had no problems with. They have the Magneto 2 for $14.99 in all different colorways. So if you're looking for a cheap mech mod, check it out. It's at Mad Vapes. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Wix. We don't only need to talk about fucking mods and addies and shit. Stuff like Wix, stuff like Wire. I don't know if it's like a hidden gem, but like Lightning Vapes is a great place to buy Wire.
Buy Wire from, right? Now, like, I try and stray away from like the pre-made Clapton stuff from like UD. You know what I mean? Because it's China Wire. Lightning Vapes gets their shit spooled from another company in the United States who buys from Sandvik. Now, Sandvik is the original maker of Canthal and all of these vape, heating element wires, and so they were the originators of Canthal. Kidney puncher. You never expect.
KP is good.
KP wire is straight Sandvik wire. They get it in bulk spools from Sandvik and spool it themselves. But Lightning Vapes is definitely trusted. Any of these ones that are the black and white labels like Master of Clouds and like sub-ohm wire and stuff like that, stay away from.
Yeah.
It's China wire. It's cheap. You don't know what you're vaping. The Lightning Vapes, KP, and any of the premium comp wires for stainless steel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of comp wires on the market. My favorite, just because I trust the company, is the cotton bacon ones. The Wiccan Vape.
Yep.
Wiccan Vape makes good comp wire. They have their own proprietary little recipe.
Yeah.
But like if I'm just buying regular wire, or which this is a hidden gem and a lot of people don't know about it, but it's available. You can buy fused Claptons already spooled, like a spool, like a fucking 100 feet of fused Clapton wire from Lightning Vapes for like $15.
Yeah.
And so I do that a lot, and because then I don't have to worry. It's like it cuts a step out of building.
Right?
Yeah. So if I want to like make something with fused Clapton wire, like a parallel staged heating kind of thing that has fused and then something else, it just makes it so easy.
Well,
quality.
Another one of the comp wires that I deal with, Firewire they're from out this way. They just started making pre-built sections of wire, fused Claptons, triple core, everything like that. And it's one of the team members that's actually just sitting there spinning up wire.
Wow.
And
crazy.
prepackaging some coils for everybody else. You know what I mean? And Meadow, he does a fucking bang up fucking job, and he's a stand up dude. And it's one of the cleanest stainless steel wires that I've ever used. Right off the bat. And I've because of comp circuits and everything like that, I've tried Immolation, I've tried Anarchist, I've tried Grinch wire, I've tried hot wires, I've tried Royal wire, and I still fall back on my top three of Firewire, not only because they're friends of mine, but because it's a wire that I trust and I've built millions of times. Immolation, because it's the closest to the Firewire proprietary blend that I love. And then the only other wire that I've used for comp wires is hot wire.
I like Royal wire. I remember that was like one of the. It's been around for a while.
No, Royal is Royal. Sorry, not hot wires. I wasn't a fan of hot wires.
Royal. They've been around for a while. I remember that was like one of the first that I heard about as far as like, hey, we're not exactly Canthal. We're not exactly like any of this shit. We're kind of have our own blend.
Right.
And that was big for a while. I think nowadays most people can get away with just using regular round wire. Even like throw some fucking 24, 22 gauge, 6 wrap coils or 4 wrap coils or whatever, and you're gonna be good. But for people who really, are doing like cloud comps, or you just want something a little rowdier than like normal flat wire, pick up some shit like Paul was saying, like Royal wire or Immolation or any of the other ones,
Right.
What about Geek Vape? What about them? Josh was about Geek Vape. Do you mean as far as their wire? Because do they make wire? They probably do. They probably make pre-made coils and shit.
Well, I think he's talking about like the Griffin tank and stuff like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Geek Vape is a bit of a hidden gem company. They do have, they don't have a huge following, but they
I don't know.
A quality product.
I think for a while they were a hidden gem, but I think now they're pretty big because of shit like the Griffin and stuff. And they're a pretty well-known company now. Okay, I think I have a couple more RDAs, and then we can just shoot this shit. No, that's it. You got anything else?
The only other juice line that I can think of right off the top of my head that's a hidden gem that I'm sure you guys have heard of or tried I know Skeletor's tried it, is the Casadaga e-liquids, all the cannoli flavors.
I haven't had any of them. I want to, and I've actually been talking to the guys over on
Nathan.
Instagram and shit. So I'm hoping to get my hands on some.
Okay.
But I haven't got to try them.
Yeah, man.
Nothing but great things about it.
Dude, let me tell you, I have vaped probably 600 mils of the original Cannoli B1 and probably another 200 mils of Cannoli B Mine, which is their strawberry cannoli.
Yeah.
And they just came out with Cannoli B Nuts, which is a pistachio cannoli. Fucking fantastic. And Cannoli B Breakfast, which is cannoli that's wrapped in Fruity Pebbles.
I heard about that one.
Awesome.
That one sounds really great.
Oh my God.
Another company, I've talked about it, and everybody who knows me knows about it, but maybe somebody, and he was talking about the pre-made coils. We've talked about this a little bit in other shows. It's just not that there's anything wrong with them, but it's just, I don't know enough about their manufacturing process in China, because Geek Vape is a Chinese company, I think, right? Pretty sure.
Are they? I think they're a U.S. company.
I don't think so. I think they're a Chinese company, but I could be wrong. But I did see that they were making pre-made coils, which is, most of the big companies are now. Like UD made them. I don't know if they still are, but they were making them for a while. Geek Vape makes them. Limitless, whatever, iJoy, they make some. The iJoy ones that come with the Limitless XL are fucking badass. So.
Right. Actually, my buddy Derek, the kid who I do all the hip hop with, sent me a request via text to talk about a hidden gem. He's wondering if the Sigelli 213 would be a hidden gem.
Yeah, I think so. I think Sigelli kind of fell off, and people don't really pay a lot of attention to it.
Right.
But I think the Sigelli 213 is an amazing device. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, since they fixed the issues that they were having with them, because the original 213 that they were having battery reading issues because it gives you both readouts on both batteries, and they were having battery reading issues, firing issues, and locking issues.
Oh, wow.
Then they came out with the Fuchai 213, which is the exact same thing as the regular Sigelli 213, just with the instead of pulling them from the market, they revamped it, put it out right before August 8th. So the Fuchai 213 would be the one that would be the follow-up to correct the issues that they were having.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Fuchai. And it is great. I've got a chance to use it. I thought it was pretty awesome. I didn't get a long chance to use it, but I thought it was pretty awesome. And it's pretty affordable. And you know what's funny is that the Fuchai, Sigelli, they used to make a Fuchai that was a mech mod.
Yep.
And that was pretty badass too. And if you can pick one of those up, I would definitely pick it up.
I remember that. It kind of had the sharp edges like the AR mod, but it had the Japanese kanji.
It had the fucking symbols on it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I just looked it up, and Geek Vape is located in Shenzhen, which is the hub of Chinese vaping.
Yeah.
And so they are a Chinese company. So, I'm not going to down talk their wire, but I personally probably would avoid using the pre-made coils from China just because we don't know the materials and we don't know in what situation they were made. So, we don't know if they're all stored on the fucking floor in a warehouse. We don't know if they were washed with some chemical. We just don't know. And the not knowing is enough to keep me from vaping something. So yeah, I was gonna talk about something, but it must have been a lie again. I'm a fucking liar today.
Fucking liar.
So that's a lot of the stuff. Oh no, I wanted to cover one more thing. We're getting close to the 2 hour mark here, but
mark that we were aiming for, right?
Yeah. Well, and then after 2 hours they stop recording.
Oh yeah.
Like you only get 2 hours of recording time. So like when this gets put up on the channel, they're only going to give 2 hours.
Right.
So I don't like to fucking waste, I want people to be able to see the whole show.
Right,
but
right.
The last Aegis company, it's a big company, and a lot of people know about it, but it doesn't get the recognition it deserves. And I personally love it, and that's Charlie Noble. I think it's from top to bottom, all their products are super great. Their Pistachio RY4 is one of my favorite tobacco vapes. They used to have like the best cookie on the market, which is called Good Cookie.
Good
And
Cookie.
they actually stopped making that, which is unfortunate. But you can still get a version of Good Cookie. It's not the same, but it's close.
Yeah.
From one of their subsidiary companies. I can't remember what the name of it is, but
So wait, they stopped making Good Cookie?
they cut out a ton of their products. Yeah, because of the regulations, and they don't want to tax on every single SKU.
Right. Yeah.
But it was the best chocolate vape I've ever had.
I have a 30 mil of the Admiral's Reserve Good Cookie.
Yeah, it's bomb.
Oh man,
it's really bomb. It's really like, I'm not a huge chocolate vape guy, but that was like, man, they really nailed the milk chocolate flavor.
Oh yeah, totally.
Texture. It was just fucking great.
Yeah, see, I was rocking Good Cookie in my avocado 22.
Yeah,
and that kept me going for about 3 or 4 days, no problem.
Yeah. It's a good all day vape, and like I was saying, you can get a version of it. It's on one of their sites. I can't remember. Let me Google it real quick. But they did change some of the flavorings because they wanted to reduce the price, because that was one of their premium brands. The Admiral's Reserve was like a little bit higher class, and I think they've changed some of the flavors. That's what I've heard, at least. I'm on a couple of groups where people are like Charlie Noble fan groups and shit like that.
Right.
And people were talking all about it when this happened. So let me just Google.
Yeah, Charlie Noble's an East Coast company out of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
My couple of my good friends, that's all they vape is Charlie Noble, because that's what's available down there.
And it's a really good quality.
And it's inexpensive.
And it's super inexpensive. That's it.
You know, $15 for a 30 mil when everybody else was spending 22. Yeah. All day, man. All day.
Well, and now they only have 60s, and it's $20 for a 60. It's a totally great price. It's actually cheaper now. Like if you bought 2 60s, that's going to cost you $40. There's free shipping, which is amazing for vape stuff. And back in the day, it used to be $44 for a 120. So it's actually cheaper now just to buy 2 60s than it was to buy 120s. The subsidiary company is called Vape Dojo. Yep. They are owned by Charlie Noble. It's like the same people who own them. And so they have all the Charlie Noble juices there for the same price as they should.
Sean, understudy 77, actually, from Plumes of Hazard, is very good friends with the guys from Charlie Noble and Vape Dojo.
Oh, that's great. So I'm trying to click on the e-link, but it won't let me. But they have all the Charlie Noble juices that they cut out of the normal Charlie Noble line. They sell them still at Vape Dojo, but I think that they're using a different grade of flavorings.
Right.
So, but if you're like really super into a certain flavor that Charlie Noble no longer makes, check it out on Vape Dojo, because they probably have what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else, man.
No, I think that's it. I think we'll get out of here. Thank you everybody for watching. Unfortunately, Yeti didn't make it. So Yeti, when you're watching this, you're in big fucking trouble, mister. And
not for me, because you messaged me the other day saying, "Hey, are you gonna be on?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." You're like, "Oh, cool." And I'm like, "I miss you, bro."
He's such a great guy. Yeti really is a class act, man.
Oh, totally.
If you ever get a chance to interact with Yeti, you'll see what we're talking about. He's a totally down-to-earth, wonderful guy. Go to www.yetiwire.com. Pick up all your fucking builds that you can't do yourself. That guy can do them. And Gizzard Stew, he's normally on here with us, and he's on vacation. So what's up, Giz? He stopped in the chat for a minute. And, of course, we lost Skeletor because his wife made him go to bed. Me. Skeletor, you go to bed now, you little boy. Give him a fucking hard time.
Yeah, right.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And please keep your coils tight.
Keep your wicks wet.
That's the last time you're going to hear it from fucking Hash, because Josh is going to come up in here and retake his throne.
Yeah. Bring it over. Let's go. Me and you, boy. Titans are going down. Ow!
Now you're really going to fucking get it.
Fighting words, right?
He will fight people over that shit. He's fucking crazy about it. All right. Good night, everybody.